We are set to go. Second baseman Felipe Lopez takes a first pitch strike, and we are underway from Petco Park. A comfortable 70 degrees at game time. Off the outside corner to Lopez.
Well, nobody really in this Arizona lineup, really with the exception of Connor Jackson, has swung the bat pretty good off Peavey. A lot of low 200 numbers. Burns, Drew, Lopez, Montero.
Wave and a miss by Lopez. Takes it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here is the skipper for the D-backs, Bob Melvin. His team comes in with a record of 11 wins and 16 losses and 8.5 games behind the first place Dodgers. And yes, the Dodgers continue to win at home. 12-0 at Dodger Stadium. Won again last night. Lopez hangs in and keeps it a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, Lopez just trying to fight off pitches until he can get one he can handle.
Another 2-2 from Peavey. After shaking off a couple of signs. And it goes to a full count. Blanco doing the catching as he has for every Peavey start this year. Henry flashing the signs. Missed up high at a game leadoff walk to Felipe Lopez. Peavey walked only 1 in his 8 innings at LA, and he's already walked 1 here tonight.
And that was a good at bat right there because Peavey jumped ahead. He fouled off some tough pitches. Ended up coaxing the walk, and with this Arizona lineup, that's what you'd like to see. You'd like to see those guys at the top get on base. Give themselves some easy opportunities to score runs.
Lopez aboard for Augie Ojeda, the shortstop. And a high strike. Six-game hitting streak for Ojeda coming in tonight, which has bumped his average up to 340. But overall, this Arizona Diamondbacks offense has had some issues. It's hitting .226 collectively, which is last in the National League in hitting. It's fouled off Blanco. Now the Padres are just one notch above at 15th in the league at .239. Arizona 199 with runners in scoring position. On base percentage under 300.
Yeah, the numbers aren't good.
0-2 is outside to Ojeda.
Well, they figured coming into this year with their pitching staff of Webb, Heron, guys that were going to pound the strike zone. Tonight's starter John Garland, that these young players would progress a little bit and get a little bit better offensively, but that hadn't been the case early.
Heron will go here tomorrow in the day game. This is a quick series. Night game, day game tomorrow, then everybody's out of town.
Yeah, quick homestand.
Heron against Chris Young tomorrow. No TV, by the way, tomorrow. 12:35 game. And then the Padres hit the road again. Houston and Chicago. Just underway, top of the first. There's the first out, a strikeout of Ojeda.
He just pounded that fastball in on Ojeda's hands. See Blanco setting up inside, and that ball did run a little bit back towards the middle, but set up right up under his knuckles, challenged him inside, and threw it by him.
That'll bring up the hottest D-back at this point, and that's right fielder Justin Upton. Check on Lopez at first. Gorgeous night at the ballpark. First meeting of the year between these teams. There goes Lopez. Throw down to second. With a head-first slide, Felipe Lopez swipes his second base of the season.
Well, Henry Blanco did all he could. Lopez got an okay jump. You see Henry coming up throwing, and just the throw was just a little bit high and enabled Lopez to get his hand in there, get underneath the tag. That throw's a little bit lower. Eckstein's going to be able to put the tag on him, and he's going to be out.
So it puts a runner in scoring position with only one out. Peavey's 1-1 to Justin Upton instead of pickoff attempt. Eckstein coming in behind Lopez.
And that's something they worked on here the first day before the Colorado series was pickoffs, rundowns, little pitchers, PFP.
A little bit of miss by Upton. Well, if you practice it, you want to use it.
Yeah, and they're working on their timing. Eckstein kind of holding Felipe Lopez, a runner who could run at second base, staying close to the bag. Working on their timing of when to throw to second and when to go ahead and deliver the pitch. You see Eckstein creeping, trying to hold Lopez there.
There he goes, taking off for third. The throw to third base, and he gets in again. Blanco's throw tailed on him to the foul side. And Lopez steals his second base of the inning.
And again, Lopez didn't get that great a jump, and if the throw is lower, he's going to be out. See, Blanco had to kind of throw over the top of Justin Upton, and if that ball is lower, they're going to get him. And the throw was high, and he's able to slide in underneath.
And now a full count on Upton.
See them getting a kind of a walking lead, but if the throw is there, they're going to get it.
They're going to gamble there. He's going to score from second on a hit anyway, right?
I guess it shows you about Arizona's offense.
Well, Upton didn't get a very good grip there on 3-2 and strikes out, and Peavey with back-to-back Ks gets Upton.
Again, this is just Powder River. Power fastball, belt high, throws it right by him. And again, to get back to your thought about stealing third there, you know, it's easier to score from third base than it is from second. So, you know, a wild pitch, you know, all kind of ways to score from third base.
Mark Reynolds takes off the outside corner, and I guess when things aren't going well, you got to manufacture something, huh?
And Felipe Lopez got a good enough jump, and they would beat the throw to third. And now he's 90 feet away, so Henry Blanco is going to have to be really good with balls in the dirt, keeping them in front. But as we talked about in the open, this is a team that, you know, batting average is low. Lots of guys who strike out. Mark Reynolds being one of those.
One away, 2-1.
And you can hear Jake fussing at himself already. Kind of overthrew that a little bit, but this is a team 87 walks, 209 punch outs already.
Not a good ratio. Jammed Reynolds popped up on the first base side. Here comes Blanco reaching in the crowd near the camera well.
Happened the other night too. Blanco trying to hurry up and get to the pad, and just a little bit to the left, unable to reach for it.
Leadoff walk to Felipe Lopez. He swipes second and third base. He's there with two outs for the cleanup hitter Mark Reynolds. Just missed there near the high outside corner, and another deep count for Peavey, 3-2.
Good pitch count getting up there, but that looks like a pretty good pitch to me. Mask high.
His third 3-2 count of the inning, and his 25th pitch. Hoping for a little Jake rattle and roll tonight. Another 3-2. Got him. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Peavey. They strand Lopez at third. The required 27 pitches. Padres. Followed by Eckstein, Hairston, Adrian Gonzalez, and Jody Garrett in the 5-hole, batting .316 career against Garland, Kuz, Blanco, Rodriguez, and Jake Peavey. And they face John Garland.
Garland making his 6th start of the season. It's 2-0.
First pitch strike to Giles.
And he's a guy that's going to change speeds, not overpowering. Run the fastball both ways, a little changeup, a little curveball. One thing about him, he's straight over the top, so hitters will get a good look at the baseball.
Giles with the walk-off hit last night in the 10th inning. The double to right center field that gave the Padres the 2-1 win over the Rockies and ended the 6-game losing streak. Sends that in the air to left field. Connor Jackson. One down for Eckstein. And speaking of Eckstein, just a bit ago, talking with Peavey, and I assume we're kind of going over about the pickoff play here.
Well, probably the steal of third. Lopez kind of got a running start on that, and Eckstein, the pitch before was like checking, and then they went to second base. And that time he didn't get a chance to kind of get out of there. And they just, again, they worked on this the first day of the homestand, just working on timing of that play. And Lopez kind of got a running start to third base. And I'm sure Eckstein wanted to check with Jake, make sure that they were on the same page with it.
1-1 to Eckstein. Right back to the box, and Garland with the underhand toss, 2 outs. defensive play by the pitcher. And let's look at the defense behind him, brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. Jackson, Burns, and Upton in the outfield. Weitzel just up from AAA, which is second start at first base in his career. AAA Reno is the AAA team now. Wow. For the Diamondbacks. They were in Tucson all those years.
Yep. Reno used to be an A-ball site for the Padres back way back in the day.
Oh, you are going back a ways, aren't you?
Yeah.
Scotty Hairston with 2 outs and the base is empty. Still sitting at .351. Nice average. 4 homers, 15 RBIs.
This guy kind of hitting bad luck last night. Hit 2 balls right on the button. One was a line drive to the shortstop in the first inning.
Game-changing play, really.
Yeah. I mean, Padres had second and third and nobody out. He got a fastball in and turned on it, and it was right at Tulowitzki.
A low strike, 1-2. Fever, the hitting coach, quoted in the paper today. Tried to put some of that heat on himself.
That's what good hitting coaches do. You try to accept some of the responsibility, but not buying it.
Yeah. We know where it really lies.
That's right. The players are the ones who get in that batter's box. And he's just trying to take some of that edge off because they're not hitting, the way they'd like to hit. But I know the hitters are really working at it. They're out on the field hitting early today, hitting in the cage. Working on a lot of things, trying to get guys going in the right direction. So far, Scott Hairston, he's done all right. Hitting the ball real well.
The 2-2. Towards the hole. Backhanded. Ojeda, throw to first. Hairston beats it out. Hairston almost got robbed again by the shortstop in the first inning. Ojeda made it close.
Ojeda did all he could do. And the thing that got him here was after the slide, he just didn't pop up quick enough because Hairston can run. So he stays down there for a split second, and that's enough for Hairston to beat it out. He does everything right. And Hairston could smell a base hit on that one.
It took every inch of that hustle to beat that one out, didn't it?
It did.
2-out single for Hairston brings up Adrian Gonzalez here in the first. 99 ABs on the season for Adrian. When you hit 100 at bats, is the season now, is the early part of the season over for you? Or
I always said
mark?
50. I 50? Get 100, yeah. By 100, you wanted to be going in the direction that you wanted to go.
At 100, you got a pretty good idea where the season's going?
Yeah. Adrian's gotten off to a good start.
313, 9 homers. Pujols has slipped past him by 1 for the league lead in homers. Now Lopez did some running in the top of the inning for the D-backs. Let's see if Scott Hairston would like to do some with 2 outs here. He's got a couple of steals on the season.
It looks like Garland's going to try to keep the ball away from Adrian.
Hairston has to dive back in.
Kind of a mini shift on the infield. Lopez out on the outfield grass, and Ojeda's playing almost right behind second base. So that first pitch was fastball tailing away.
Do you get the feeling, though, Tony, that if there weren't a man on base, that this shift would be even more severe?
Absolutely, yeah. If there were no runner on, Mark Reynolds would be playing shortstop right now, and everybody else would be on the right side of the infield, which a lot of times I don't understand because Adrian hits the ball to left center very well.
There goes Hairston. The pitch a ball, the throw to second, and it hits Hairston, and Karam's in the left field. Scott on his way to third, and he's going to make it standing up. going to be a stolen base, and one of those bad luck E2s for the catcher Montero, whose throw just happened to hit the sliding base runner and take off into left field.
Scott Harrison got a really good jump. And you see he's sliding in as the ball comes into second base, and he's off to third. And 3-0 here. Let's see if they green light Adrian. You see Montero, hardly anything he can do about that.
Well, Garland would rather take his chances apparently with someone other than Adrian Gonzalez with a runner at third.
That's the intentional walk right there. Not giving Adrian anything.
Puts runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Jody Garrett, the hitter.
And that's why I said a couple of nights ago, that's why that on-base streak thing could go for like 70, 80 games if the guy in front of him is getting on base, because, you know, you're just not going to let Adrian beat you.
And if Adrian is patient, because they'll pitch around him a lot of times, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you just, as a hitter, you just kind of know you're not going to get a whole lot to hit in that situation. And you put your faith in Jody Garrett tonight, and you say, okay, get it done.
One and one. Padres were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position last night, and managed to eke out the 2-1 win in 10 innings. Paints the outside corner there, 1 and 2.
And Jody Garrett's got the best numbers against Garland. Anybody in the starting lineup today, 6 for 19, 3 doubles and a homer.
Still 1 and 2 on Garrett, who was a late entrant into the lineup last night when Chase Headley was scratched due to the left shoulder irritation. Chase on the bench once again tonight. And Garrett in there. Jody very fortunate to still be at the plate after that one. That was close.
Well, Garland's doing a good job. He's mixed it up on Jody Garrett. A little slider inside. See if we could get him to bite on that.
Bounce towards the middle, but backhanded. Lopez with the flip to Ojeda. And the Padres come up empty. A hit, a walk, and 2 men left on. After an inning, no score.
sections.
Enjoy 2-for-1 prices on tickets and Wiener Schnitzel hot dogs Thursday, May 7th. Hey, that's tomorrow. Padres 2-for-1 getaway days presented by Southwest Airlines. No score, top of the second. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Arizona. Josh Whitesell, the first baseman. It's a strike, 1-1. Good numbers at AAA, 356. Of course, the Pacific Coast League has always been known as a nice hitter's league.
Especially Reno.
It's under it, high fly foul. Kuzminoff nearing the stands. Stumbling, did he hang on? He did. That's the first out of the second.
Tough play, too. I mean, he got over there. You see him trying to get underneath this ball. Right where the dirt and the grass meet.
Rodriguez flying in there.
Rodriguez coming in behind him. The first concern is to find out where that rail is, and took one last peek. Still able to make the play.
Inside to Connor Jackson. Strike with the outside corner.
Jackson's one of these guys that I think Arizona put a lot of faith in that was going to get off to a good start, and only hitting a .195.
Oh, he hit 300 last year, right on the button. And a dozen homers, 75 RBIs.
He felt like he had found it and was heading in the right direction, and that still may be the case, but thus far he's gotten off to a slow start.
Well, he strikes out. That's a guy right there who was the 9th hardest player to strike out in the National League last year.
That's also Jake Peavey out there.
It is, and that's Jake's 1,300th career strikeout.
Off paint on the outside corner. Downhill.
Four punch outs for Jake so far. 2 outs here in the second. Catcher Miguel Montero. Paint at the knees. Strike one.
After throwing 94 to Connor Jackson, starts Montero off with 83-mile-per-hour changeup.
That's hit well towards the alley in left center field, and that ball is going to bounce once over the fence for a ground rule double. Here's Montero, a 7-game hitting streak, and it's the first Arizona hit of the game.
Nice hitting. Didn't try to pull that ball, goes right with it to left center field. Looks like a little breaking ball in the middle of the plate. He goes to left center. Scott Harrison has his arms up quickly.
Eric Burns, the center fielder. We talked about the Padres' struggles with runners in scoring position. For Arizona, 1 for their last 22 with runners in scoring position, including 0 for 11 in their game last night.
Yeah, and already tonight they've had 2 hitters with Lopez in scoring position that struck out.
And the first, Upton and Reynolds.
And now Montero in scoring position.
0-2. Blanco going to give it a peek, but it's going to go a few rows back. Remains 0-2 on Eric Burns. Good night to wear that. He'll be looking for win number 3 on the season. His 0-2 pitch. Right off the end of the bat, foul.
And that swing right there was just survival mode for Burns. Down in the camp, get that slider. You see, he's just trying to foul it off. Hopefully hang around for something a little bit better.
Thank you, sir. May I see another?
Yeah, please.
Montero at second, 2 outs. The 0-2. And a little bit inside. And a good 2-strike pitch from Jake. Burns limited to 52 games last year for the Diamondbacks, as he had some hamstring injuries in both legs. Line left field. Hairston at the edge of the warning track. 2-out double Montero. He is stranded. D-backs have left 2.
We're playing the Cincinnati Reds at 105. Come out to the ballpark and get your own Padres t-shirt for kids.
All kids 14 and younger get a Padres t-shirt presented by Union Bank of California. Get your tickets early and save at Padres.com. Cincinnati, by the way, has played pretty well. They're 14-12. A couple games over 500 in that NL Central.
Having a tough night tonight, but doing really well.
They're down 10-3 to the Brewers. Kuzminoff leading off. You've seen what the Brewers, I think they just finished their series with the Pirates. They've won like 17 or 18 in a row against the Pirates.
Yeah.
How do you do that? It's bounced out behind third, scooped up Reynolds. Then the throw down the line. And there goes Kuzminoff for second. Ball picked up by the catcher Montero. The two-base error puts Kuzminoff in scoring position with nobody out.
Reynolds bobbles this ball, but then he hurries the throw, and Whitesell can't stretch far enough to get it. Throws on the inside of towards the base runner at first.
Still had time even after the initial bobble.
Yep.
So otherwise, you could give 2 errors on that play if the initial bobble would have allowed Kuzminoff to reach first.
Yeah.
He still had a chance to get Kuz after the initial juggle, so it's just 1 error, 2-base error, and a first pitch strike to Henry Blanco. But it seemed like a case of where the juggle forced the quicker throw.
Yeah, they kind of forgot who the runner was and rushed his throw. And Whitesell looked like he might have stretched for that ball just a bit too soon. And next thing you know, Kuzminoff is in scoring position.
1 on Henry Blanco, who has 3 homers on the season. The Diamondbacks have been playing very well defensively. They've gone 8 consecutive games without an error. And had that snapped recently. They went 85 innings without an error. The longest consecutive streak in their franchise history is 9 games, so they came close to equaling that. Already committed 2 tonight. Whew. A little bit low, 2-2.
Walker's trying to do the right thing, get Kuzminoff over to third base. Garland's pounding him inside.
Into shallow right, and the second baseman makes the catch, Lopez. For a moment, it looked like there was some confusion whether it was going to be Upton, Weitzel, or Lopez, but Lopez the one who makes the catch, and Kuzminoff remains at second.
Yeah, Lopez goes kind of a long way for this ball. He makes the play. Kuzminoff unable to tag on this ball. He looked over at Weitzel. Weitzel looks back at him. Then they both look at each other, and Lopez is the one who makes the play.
Well, the first baseman kind of gave him a look like,
No.
You got it. The position, Weitzel. And the lefty, our switch hitter Rodriguez, batting left-handed here.
And of course, Weitzel's playing his second major league game, so his eyes are in that dugout all the time. Looking to be positioned, how to play hitters.
They put Tony Clark on the disabled list. That's what brought Weitzel up. There he is. Definitely one of the most well-liked guys in the game.
Yep. Definitely one of the tallest, too.
Yes.
They did pretty well for the Padres, and they traded him back to Arizona. And he's really one of your better pinch hitters in all of baseball. Going on a disabled list today. Stephen Drew, one of the better shortstops in the National League, on the disabled list too. So
over below, 3 balls, no strikes. You got the pitcher Peavey waiting on deck. Broke, by the way, on the 15th ADL with a right hand ligament sprain.
for hitters, when you get those hand injuries, sometimes those are tough.
A second walk allowed by Garland, but I think, Tony, another one of those unintentional, intentional walks, and this time to get to the pitcher, Peavey.
It'll be interesting to see if Peavey's butting the runners up or they're going to let him swing. Peavey's a pretty good hitter.
Runners at first and second with one out for Jake. He does have 3 sack bunts on the season. In addition to those numbers, 0 for 9 on the season.
You know, Jake fancies himself as a hitter too, and you know these are the kind of situations you want to hit in. You know, Reynolds is creeping up on the third base side. Whitesell on the first base side. They're playing it as if he's probably going to bunt, and he's showing bunt, and he tries to bunt.
Peavey coming off his best season, so to speak, as a hitter last year. Hit .265.
You'll take that from a pitcher. You'll take .265.
Compare that to his career batting mark of .186, which jumped as a result of the .265 a year ago. In fact, his batting average has gone up each of the last 3 seasons. Looking to bunt here in the 0-1. He fouls again. Top of the order, and Giles on deck. Continue to bunt or let him swing away here?
I'm letting him swing here, but we don't want to hit into a double play, but Jake handles the bat well enough. I trust him taking a hack right here.
Takes a good look and takes it inside. Bounce towards the middle. Ojeda steps on out and on to first. Low but dug out by Weitzel. Double play ends the inning, 6-3. Padres can't take advantage of the leadoff two-base error. Brought to you in part by San Diego County Credit Union, your local financial partner for over 70 years. They come in at 11-16 due to the Snakes. 4 division titles and, of course, a World Series championship in 2001.
Yeah, for a expansion franchise, they did it pretty quickly.
Oh, what a World Series that was with the Yankees, huh?
Down to the last at bat.
Hit Mariano Rivera at the bottom of the ninth, their home ballpark. Pretty incredible stuff. Here's pitcher John Garland leading off. For 12 on the year.
Garland spent most of his time in the American League.
Yeah, he has. In fact, yeah, really all of it until this year, signing as a free agent with the Diamondbacks.
And now he's got to swing the bat a little bit. This doesn't look that comfortable up there.
They've been with the White Sox. And then last year, one season with the Angels. And he's out looking. 5th strikeout, Victor Peavey.
Uh-oh.
Kind of backing out there.
Joe West didn't like that too much.
Joe West did not like. At least he felt he was being shown up a bit there.
I think so. And breaking ball. Right in the center of the plate. Joe West causes a strike.
And then Lopez, first pitch hacking, drops it into left field. Well, he walked in the first inning. In fact, led off the game with that walk and was stranded at third after stealing 2 bases. And now he's on with 1 out in the third. Felipe Lopez, a guy who was released by Washington during the season last year and completely resurrected his season and maybe career for that point. At that point was St. Louis.
Yep. St. Louis played really well. As a shortstop. Came up as a shortstop. Blue Jays and the Reds. Went to St. Louis, played some second base.
There's Ojeda lining one towards center, and Garrett coming on to make the catch. Giving a look. Lopez, who was halfway, scampers back to first without a throw.
Joey Garrett got a great jump on that ball. Coming off the bat, it looked like it was going to carry a little bit further, but you see he's on the dead run. Lopez realizing that ball's caught. Wasn't the greatest slide back into first base. Was able to get back. Well, Lopez was running in the first inning. I got to believe he's probably going to be running again.
Up to the strikeout victim in the first. Comes in with a 12-game hitting streak.
Justin is BJ's little brother, but he's much bigger than BJ.
On the ground to the shortstop, Rodriguez, and the flip to Eckstein. And the force play ends the inning. A hit and a man left on. 3 stranded by the D-backs. And the Padres will have the top of the order coming up when we return to Petco Park. For Petco by MTS. Save gas, save money. Ride MTS to Petco Park. For more information, log on to www.stmts.com. And by Ron Baker Chevrolet, your home for the Silverado Superstore. Top of the order up in the San Diego third, and Giles takes a first pitch strike. On the ground right side, Weitzel, the underhand toss to Garland. And 2 pitches, 1 out here in the third.
Really, that's how Garland makes his living. He's going to change speeds, not overpowering. Mixing the breaking ball with the changeup. Last pitch is a changeup. It takes a lot off of it. Leaves it out there on the outer third of the plate. Giles came over the top of that, grounded out to first.
Eckstein takes low. Tony, we talked earlier about Garland, who spent his entire career in the American League until this year. How much of a change is it when you have interleague play and you got a guy like Garland who's been around pitching in the big leagues for almost 9 years? Yeah. So you see him, guys have been around.
I think the advantage goes to Garland, really, because you don't see him as often. But for John Garland, he's going to do what he always does. He's going to pitch the way he's always pitched. And sure, he's going to you're going to talk to your catcher, talk to your coaches about how you attack these National League hitters. But ultimately, he's going to do what he's been doing because he's had success. I mean, this is a guy who's averaged 190 innings for the last 8 seasons. And he's a guy that, like I said, he's not going to overpower you, but what he will do is pound the strike zone with a variety of different pitches.
Next time guides it in the air towards right center field and racing in and then almost overrunning it. Justin Upton reaches up and makes the catch.
Well, Justin Upton closed on that ball quickly and overran that, really. See him closing on that ball, and he had to stop in his tracks and almost reach behind himself to catch that ball.
Oh, it must be miserable to be that fast.
Yeah.
Huh? They have that much speed. 2 outs in the inning, and the bases are empty for left fielder Scott Hairston. Exit foul back.
Hairston got something he really liked on the inner half of the plate. Just pulled off of that just a hair.
Towards left center field. Connor Jackson moves over in the alley to make the play. 3 up, 3 down. San Diego goes in order for the first time. 4-5. Flag trivia question for tonight.
Flag.
And our question is, which Diamondbacks batter snapped Jake Peavey's streak of 9 straight strikeouts back on April 25th of 2007? I'll have the answer for you just a bit later. D-backs cleanup hitter Mark Reynolds leads off. Breaking ball fouled at the plate. Reynolds, Weitzel, and Jackson in the D-backs 4th. Skies it down the right field side. Adrian tracing it, but it's going to drop foul in the stands.
Here, Jake fussing with himself, not happy with the location of that last pitch.
0-2. Fouled off the mask of Blanco.
And that was 0-2 in the middle of the plate. You get ahead 0-2. You don't want to leave that ball in the middle of the plate like that. You just rock back and throw him a 94-mile-per-hour fastball up high.
Reynolds leading off the top of the fourth. Peavey's 1-2 pitch. He missed low. Strikeout number 6 for Jake, and one gone in the fourth. Well, from 2007, 9 consecutive strikeouts for Peavey against the Diamondbacks. As we take a look, there's 3. Got Brandon Webb. 8 and 9.
Looked like he had the good slider working.
Josh Weitzel, the first baseman, pulls a foul over near his own dugout, or slaps it foul.
Weitzel looked surprised on that foul ball. Like, he almost took that out of Blanco's glove.
0-2. Weitzel was hitting .356 at AAA Reno and among the leaders in hits in the PCL. Wonder if they have the same ballpark in Reno. Probably not, huh?
I'm thinking they got a new one. I'm thinking. But a lot of those cities, good places to hit.
Gets him looking. 7 strikeouts in back-to-back days here in the fourth.
You didn't see that in Reno. Good backdoor breaking ball. I think him and Blanco didn't know that that's a strike. He didn't hesitate.
Base is empty for Connor Jackson, the left fielder, who was a strikeout victim in the second. Really, 93-mile-per-hour fastball just off the outside corner.
And after throwing a lot of pitches in that first inning, Jake's really kind of settled down now and has found the strike zone.
He had to throw 26 in the first inning. 15 in the second. Needed only 8 in the third inning. And now it's 61 here with 2 outs in the fourth. There he goes, scolding himself again.
Himself.
The 2-0.
He's just competitive. You know, you're out there, you want to do it right. You know your team needs you to perform and go, 7 innings or so, 8 innings. And he isn't afraid to challenge hitters. He isn't afraid to throw all his pitches.
I would imagine that's twofold, though. Not only does that help Jake himself, but if you're a hitter, you got to be thinking, wow, Jake scolded himself. He's a little upset right now.
Yeah. He just doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes in the middle of the plate.
Just a hair off the corner there.
A little bit down. See Henry trying to frame that.
Slow chop towards third. Tough play. Kuz comes up throwing. Nicely done. 3 up, 3 down. First such inning for Peavey. And the Padres. Nice scoop and throw by Kuz. Adrian due to lead off when we return. Padres. And Adrian Gonzalez leads off for San Diego. Bounces it past. No. Picked up by Garland. Nicely done. And he throws out Adrian Gonzalez. John Garland fielding his position well. One pitch, one out. Now let's get to our Aflac trivia question and answer. Aflac! The question, which D-backs batter snapped Jake Peavey's streak of 9 consecutive strikeouts April 25th of 2007? Well, it's the same hitter that began it. Eric Burns.
Wow, I would have said Connor Jackson and been wrong.
Which, by the way, fell 1 strikeout short of Tom Seaver's major league record. Seaver setting the record in April of 1970 against
the Padres.
Yep. Jody Garrett to center field, left center. And there's Eric Burns, the aforementioned Burns, makes the catch. And 2 quick outs in the San Diego fourth.
Gonzalez saw 1 pitch. Garrett saw 2, so we're 3 pitches into the fourth. And both of these guys have kind of settled in now, found the strike zone. Doing it a little bit different. Peavey power pitcher. Garland changing speeds.
And Peavey at 60+ pitches. And Garland now at 51. That's number 52 to Kuzminoff. Padres had a 2-out chance in the first. Had a chance in the second. Kuzminoff reached leading off the inning on a 2-base error. Was stranded at second.
Pretty good 2-0 hack there by Kuzminoff.
Cruz gets jammed, bounces it foul up the third baseline. Padres had only 1 hit at the infield hit from Scott Hairston in the first. Diamondbacks with 2 hits, a double for Montero in the second, and a Lopez single in the third. That strikeout is the first of the game for Garland, who's now set down 7 in a row. At the end of 4 for Petco Park, D-backs and Friars scoreless. Mid-game recap is brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction. It's a great time to remodel with Murray Lampert. Prices will never be lower. Take advantage of their contractor discounts on finishes and fixtures and log on to murraylampert.com. Notice our mid-game recap did not feature any scoring. There's a good reason for that. We've had none. We're in the fifth. Bottom of the order up against Peavey. Montero leading off. He has the only extra base hit of the game with a double his first time up.
The other way to left center field with it. Was stranded.
Two balls and a strike. Peavey has struck out 7 and walked 1. He walked the first batter of the game, Lopez. 2-2. Seven-game hitting streak now for Montero. A full count. Big 3-2 pitch to Montero. Ooh. Little ball 4 there. Got a little help. 8 strikeout. Hey, Tony, how about this? Let's take you back to Phoenix. Is this a splashdown? 1999. You found the pool.
Yeah. Next to the last game of the season.
Is that when that was?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you remember all the long balls like that?
That one I remember. It was a hanging man on third. There was a man on third and less than 2 outs. I was just trying to get something in the air to get him in. And that's when I usually hit home runs when I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to put the ball in play. But yeah, I hit it in a pull, so I couldn't forget that one.
Is that your lone pool
shot? Yeah.
In Arizona?
Yeah. Well, I think it might be my only home run in Arizona.
Eric Burns has flied to left, 0 for 1.
Ed Barnes down there digging in the archives.
We got to show some scoring tonight.
Yeah.
Getting here into the fifth. Were you the kind of guy that remembers exact pitches and innings for long stretches of time?
Yeah.
So if I said to you,
1993
San Francisco, 5th inning, this pitcher, you could tell me sequence?
Yeah, if you told me who the pitcher was.
Towering fly ball, left center field. And Hairston makes the catch.
So that's where video came into play because I watched so much of it.
So that kind of reinforced it?
Yeah, you got to remember sequences, and I can't tell you how many times you stood in a batter's box and you felt like you had been in that situation before, and no question, it helped me. So
you were certainly one of the first to use videotape, which is now evolved digitally, and everybody uses it.
Standard
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But at first, were there other players that kind of gave you some trouble about it? Or felt like, what are you doing?
Every day, because the video stuff wasn't small; it was big.
Yeah, you're bringing VCRs and all kinds of gear.
Bringing like a suitcase on the road every trip. And you took a lot of crap. And it's so funny now to walk around and look in these locker rooms. Every team's got a video guy. Every team's got equipment. And now you can put them on disc and put it on your iPod and put it on, whatever. On Facebook or Twitter, I'm sure. Just because there's cameras. There's cameras at every game now. Every game's televised. So it's a whole lot easier to get the information if you want it.
Big Brother is watching everywhere. 9 punch-outs tonight for Peavey, who has sent down 8 in a row.
incredible. You like Julio Iglesias? He's going to be up there June 7th on a Sunday. Mark it down on your calendar. Along with the great act, enjoy the great food, the lobster buffet. In fact, when you join the Players Club, get a free lobster buffet. Tell them Mark Grant sent you.
Into the bottom of the 5th, scoreless game. I remember Julio Iglesias' big song. This is just beyond, well, it's a ways beyond center field, but we'll got the D-back fans here. At least one up there watching the game and twittering. He might be one of the over 400 followers now of Ginny on Twitter. Twitter.com/JinnyCH4. Like Ginny was in here before the game in the booth trying to tutor Tony, and I was watching because I don't know either about Twitter.
I didn't either. So she showed us her site and
all that was going on.
Yeah, that go on and whose sites you read, and I'll stick to being a nerd. No thanks. No.
Blanco leading off 0 for 1. He's popped out to second. You know, at what point is the NCAA going to limit twittering to recruits?
We'll get some kind of memo on it. You can almost bank on that. You know, anytime when we start text messaging, we got
right.
Get some literature on that, and I'm sure we'll get some on this. But I'm so old school. My phone, I can't do any of that stuff anyway. So
you just call people. That's what a phone's for,
that's
right?
That's what I thought. You call people, they call you.
It rings, you pick it up, and you answer.
That's right. We'll take pictures and send faxes.
And the phone rings, it makes a ringing sound. It doesn't have like the current song.
We're old school, Mark. We're old school.
I'm proud to be a part of that old school.
I kind of like it myself.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Henry. Rodriguez to follow, and then Peavey due up 3rd in the inning. John Garland's gotten in a groove, the Arizona starter. He has set down 7 in a row. Just off the outside edge, and it's a full count. We've been sitting here the last 3 nights. And Paul Nart last night, Paul Schreiber the first night behind the plate, this same crew. And the plate umpires have been very consistent. The zones have been right there, and a few inches off the plate have been a few inches off the plate, not strikes.
Very good. Rapalano. Those guys have been, you're right, they've been consistent. So
line into left field. Oh, Connor Jackson with the sliding pickup of that ball, and he is fortunate that didn't skip all the way to the 357 sign in left field. It'll be a leadoff single for Henry Blanco.
Yeah, he's really fortunate. See Garland trying to come in on Blanco, and he lines this ball in the left field. Sinking liner, and that is a tough short hop right there for Connor Jackson, but he comes up with it. Keeps Blanco at first base.
The leadoff man is on. And that's to center field. Burns will cruise over. Rodriguez going after the first pitch, flies out. And now Garland will deal with his counterpart, Jake Peavey, with Garland sitting at 65 pitches.
Jake's probably going to bunt here.
Tried to bunt his first time up, but it got to 2 strikes, and then he swung away and grounded into an inning-ending double play. Peavey on the mound with 5 scoreless innings, which, when you include that with his last start, 8 scoreless with LA, at LA. Couple innings prior to that in his start 3 times ago. He's got 15 consecutive scoreless innings now. Down to second. Safe. Blanco with Ojeda on top of him. And Henry's got that right hand on the base. Went for the lead man. And 2 are on with 1 out.
Well, Montero's throw pulled Ojeda off the bag. He was trying to stretch for it, but he knew he couldn't stay on the bag, and he had to come off and try to get back. And you see Blanco beats the play. Before Ojeda could get back on that bag, Blanco was not only getting into the bag, but stopping Ojeda from throwing to first base to get Jake. So the Padres catch a break.
Here on Montero, no sacrifice. Ojeda was really close to getting that left foot back on the bag before Blanco got there. It was still a force play. And Henry getting there just in time, and 2 on 1 out, top of the order now, and Brian Giles. That is 3 Arizona errors in this game. Ryan 0 for 2 tonight. In the first he flied to left, and then the third grounded out to the right side. No score here in the bottom of the 5th.
Brian Giles was a hero last night. See if he can get the Padres on the board.
Popped up behind the plate, and it will drop in the seats.
That's a high changeup. Garland threw him. And again, he's straight over the top. Fastball's going to be in the low 90s. These kind of situations, I think he likes his changeup. He threw the changeup that last pitch. Challenges in with a fastball.
By the way, the 3 Arizona errors equals the most they've committed in a game this season. They committed 3 against the Cardinals back on April 15th. And the Padres take advantage. Whistled foul up into the second deck.
That's usually what Brian Giles does so well. He can foul off pitches as he tries to get what he can handle. And the fastball down, he fouled it off. That last pitch, fastball up, he fouled it off. There's a changeup, fouls that off.
Two on, 1 out. Giles batting here in the last of the 5th. The 1-2 to first. Weitzel goes to second. The stretch. Safe. Everybody's safe when the bases are loaded. And there is the 4th Arizona error of the game.
Weitzel comes up with this ball. I think he just kind of took it easy on the throw because he had to go over the top of Jake Peavey. Threw it to the inside of the bag and pulls Ojeda off the bag. The Padres catching some huge breaks in this inning.
Second base umpire Paul Schreiber was not going to give the D-backs the in the vicinity play there. He definitely came off early. The Padres have loaded the bases with 1 out. A single and 2 errors in the inning. Eckstein, the hitter. A first pitch strike. Rounded back to the mound in the first and fly to right in the third. Dudek 0 for 2.
Right after Act 2, first pitch fastball. Garland looking for something on the ground, looking for a double play ball, trying to get out of this inning.
Sends it in the air to right. Let's see if it's deep enough to get Blanco home. The catch made by Upton. Here comes Henry for the plate, and the throw home. He is easily out. A double play ends the inning. Padres come up empty. One hit, 2 errors in the inning, and 2 men left. And Upton, 1 hopper right to Montero, and we stay scoreless.
Fireworks show following every Friday home game.
Coming up Friday, May 15th at 7:05, your Padres take on the Cincinnati Reds. Make sure you stay after the game for the Friday fireworks, presented by Padres Banking at Bank of America. Get your tickets at padres.com/fireworks. Let me clarify something. Jake Peavey on the mound in his last 14 innings has not allowed a run to the opposition. His offense in the last 15 innings he's been on the mound has not given him a run either. Lopez, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. And Jake right at 80 pitches.
Bases loaded. Padres took a shot, tried to score the run, made Justin Upton make a perfect throw to the plate, which he did.
Lopez walked in the first, stole second and third base, and was stranded, and he singled in the third. Ten strikeouts for Peavey. Look at our leaderboard presented by Avalanche Heating and Cooling. Your comfort is our priority. Jake can take you deep into the game. Most starts pitching 8 or more innings since 2003. He may add to that tonight. We'll see. 25 starts, 8 or more innings. Ojeda 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he is lined to center. Fouled by Ojeda. Well, with 10 punch-outs now tonight, Peavey 5th time in his career he's had a 10 or more strikeouts in an outing against the D-backs.
He's just rolling along now. I mean, he's throwing all his pitches for strikes. Struck out Felipe Lopez with a good changeup down in the zone.
Fouled that off Blanco.
Yeah, he's been able to throw that fastball by Ojeda all night tonight on the inner half.
Peavey, his second 10 strikeout performance of the year. He fanned 10 Giants in his second start of the year, April 11th. And it's his 29th of his career. Three and two, but when you get a lot of strikeouts, you get a lot of deep counts.
Yeah, and you know he threw a lot of pitches early in this game, and now he's kind of settled in. But you know the price of throwing a whole lot of pitches in the first inning.
He walks his second hitter of the game, his first since walking Lopez to begin the game.
Pitching inside on Ojeda, not letting him get his arms extended.
Upton fanned in the first and hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice in the third. And made the throw to get Blanco at the plate to end the fifth. Lines this towards left center field. It's going to be over Hairston and into the seats. A 2-run home run, Upton's 5th of the year, and it gives the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead.
And that one got out of here in a hurry. Upton stayed back on that ball nicely and stroked it into left center field. He's been the one guy swinging a hot bat. See, that ball got too much of the plate. And he hit it towards the end, but strong enough to drive that ball out of here to left center.
RBIs 13 and 14 for Justin Upton. Begins the string at 14 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings for Peavey. Cleanup hitter Mark Reynolds towards the left side, diving stop. Rodriguez gets up and won't be able to get him at first. Good effort by Luis, but an infield hit for Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, Rodriguez had to go way in the hole for that one. Took him all the way out in the outfield. He tries to make the throw, but Reynolds can run a little bit, is able to beat it out. See him laying out. Was all he could do, but Reynolds able to beat it out.
Meitzel is fouled out to third and struck out looking. A 2-run home run for Justin Upton here in the 6th has broken the scoring deadlock. Four hits now for the D-backs to go along with their 4 errors, which is a season high for them.
Two 2-0 here, Whitesell trying to zone in, looking for something he can handle. Heading the count on Peavey doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a fastball.
Now it is 3-0. A 4-pitch walk to Weitzel, the second of the inning. Peavey had retired 9 in a row before the walk to Ojeda. Now 4 in a row have reached since. Brings out Darren Balsley.
Peavey looked like he motioned for Darren Balsley to come out, but he's going back to the dugout. I guess he's all right.
Two on, one out. Left fielder Connor Jackson at the plate for the Diamondbacks. Jackson lines at center field. Jody Garrett back a step and to his left makes the catch, but that ball well struck. 2 outs. And here are the D-backs, the 3rd time through the order, getting some better swings here at Peavey.
Yeah, that ball's hit right on the button.
And Moreno getting loose now for San Diego. The catcher Miguel Montero has a double in 2 at-bats. Looks at ball 1 inside. He finds the plate for a strike call. Peavey's next pitch will be his 100th. Gets it past Montero, 1-2.
Yeah, he challenged him upstairs and just threw that right by him. And going up the ladder a little bit. Montero late.
Now we'll get out of play.
Challenging him up in the zone.
Two on with 2 outs and 2 runs in the Arizona 6th. 2-run homer for Upton. Another one for Montero. Chased it down to the dirt. And Blanco throws to first to complete the strikeout. Strikeout number 11 for Peavey. But Upton takes him deep. After 5.5, it's now 2-0 D-backs.
16th at 7:05 and receive your own Padres 6-pack cooler.
All fans receive a free Padres 6-pack cooler presented by AM/PM, and get your tickets early and save at Padres.com. 6 innings for Peavey. 11 strikeouts, 2 runs allowed now on the Upton homer. And let's see if his offense can get him some runs here. Hairston, Adrian Gonzalez, and Jody Garrett 2 up.
That's like Jake was doing. Garland in control, mixing his pitches up. See Aaron Bosley talking to Jake Peavey. I sure would like to know what that conversation's about.
Hold foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hairston. Scott has one of the 2 San Diego hits when he singled an infield hit in the first. Hit the ball sharply in the third, but lined out to the left fielder, Connor Jackson.
And Montero out of his crouch on that last pitch, wanted that ball up in his zone.
Hairston came up with the Diamondbacks. Over but low, and it's 3-2.
The guy that hadn't faced a whole lot of right-handed pitching. I mean, in the last couple of games, he's looked really good against right-handers.
How's that back?
Here's Garland challenging him up in the zone. On it. Up in the zone. Fouls it straight back.
On a play to the right. Hairston battling Garland here, leading off the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Diamondbacks. Padres scoreless on 2 hits, no errors. Each team has stranded 5 men on base. Hairston rips it to left field. Connor Jackson racing to his left and on the track runs it down.
Wow.
And another quality plate appearance for Hairston. Now 1 for 3. Good hack here.
You see Hairston looking back to left field. I'm kind of surprised Connor Jackson was able to get to this ball. Again, short stroke. Puts that ball in the left center field. Connor Jackson with a great jump, able to run that ball down. You see Scott Hairston surprised. Can't believe Connor Jackson ran that ball down. Normally he's the first baseman. Getting some time in left field now, trying to get his bat going in the lineup.
Adrian walked in the first, and in the 4th hit one back to the mound. It's the off-speed pitch low, 2-1. Garland again pitching carefully to Adrian Gonzalez.
Very carefully, not wanting to serve that fastball up. Became one of back-to-back changeups there.
Borderline strike. Henry was about to head to first.
Garland's done a nice job of keeping balls down. And that's a little low, I believe. But
he gets the strikeout of Adrian Gonzalez for out number 2.
comes back with the fastball. Got to give Garland credit. He's done a nice job tonight, changing speeds. This one he goes up the ladder just a little bit. Probably his best fastball of the night, 93.
Baird whacks it in the air to left field, and Connor Jackson maneuvering towards the line. 3 up, 3 down. We played 6 innings at Petco Park. D-backs 2, Padres nothing. To 269-411 for your chance to win a pair of Hawaiian Airlines tickets or other great prizes now. Hawaiian Airlines, America's #1 airline for quality and performance. Top of the 7th, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up ahead here for Arizona. Peavey back to the mound. Eric Burns has flied out to left field twice. Sends this one to right. And Brian Giles this time. 1 pitch, 1 out. And the pitcher Garland will bat.
Just not a whole lot of offense yet. Upton's 2-run homer. But Arizona only has 4 hits. Padres only have 2. Seen 4 errors from the Diamondbacks, but none of them haven't cashed any of them in.
Which I guess says a lot for John Garland, able to pitch around 4 errors tonight.
Yeah, the 1 inning with the bases loaded, he was able to pitch out of it.
Garrett for out number 2. It looks like Chad Quall's getting the work in there. Is that loose in the rotator cuff, right?
That's like the latest thing. Go out there and work on your pitch in motion. Get your arm. Pulleys everywhere. I'm sure all those guys, all those bullpen guys have one of those. Attach it to the fence and do your exercises. Get your arm warmed up before you start throwing pitches in the bullpen.
That's Quall's their closer, so he's sniffing a save opportunity here.
He's feeling like he's going to get in there tonight.
Felipe Lopez has walked, singled, and struck out. He's down in the dirt, 2-2.
That change up again. He struck him out on that pitch the last time up. As the bottom falls out of that. Blanco picked it out of the dirt like he was a first baseman. That was that breaking ball right there. Jake's trying his best to keep Lopez off balance here.
Lopez takes strike 3. 12 strikeouts for Peavey. His career high is 16. He sets the D-backs down in order for the 3rd time. It's time to stretch. 2-0 Snakes. Backs here tonight. Phillip Rivers enjoying the game.
He's a big guy. Throw that football too.
And speaking of football, how's Coach Hoke doing over at San
Still
Diego
good.
State?
He's got the boys working hard. Trying to change the culture. And he's funny. He's a very funny person.
Kuzminoff leading off, grounds it towards third, backhanded behind the bag. Reynolds, long throw, got him. Mark Reynolds making the defensive play to take a hit away from Kuz to begin the bottom of the 7th.
And this time he took his time. When Kuzminoff hit this ball sharply, you will see him slide, and he decides to set his feet. Makes a strong throw to first base. Lesson learned.
That was against Kuz in the 2nd leading off when he threw one away.
Yep, he rushed his throw. Thinking he didn't have as much time as he did, and he rushed his throw and threw it away. And Kuzminoff got to second base on a play that he really could have been given 2 errors on because he booted the ball to begin with. And this time around, he takes his time and makes a strong throw to first, gets the out.
2-0 on Henry Blanco. He singled his last time up. Tried to score from third on a fly ball to right, but Upton threw him out at the plate. And that double play ended the inning. Only scoring in this game coming on the Justin Upton 2-run home run to left center in the 6th. (3-1). 3-2.
Blanco not showing any fear about taking some pitches. 3-1 hitters can decides to take a ball.
And he works the 1-out walk. Take a look at our Home Depot defensive plays. Home Depot's doing more on defense. Home Depot more saving, more doing. Well, D-backs with a season-high 4 errors tonight. There was that play earlier from Reynolds rushing to throw on Kuzminoff back in the second. And the catcher Montero pulling Ojeda off the back. But with all of that, Tony, 4 errors, they've still not allowed a run.
Padres have had some opportunities tonight. They haven't been able to cash in on any of those 4 errors. And that guy right now, Bob Melvin, feeling pretty good about his chances now. 2-run homer by Justin Upton. His pitcher Garland in control. Throwing a lot of strikes.
Up the middle, and it's just out of reach of the diving Ojeda. Blanco down to second. A base hit for Luis Rodriguez. And now with Peavey due up, the Padres will pinch in.
Luis Rodriguez just banging his ball right back up the middle. It looked like Garland was going to come up with it, but unable to. Ojeda unable to keep it on the infield. That ball sneaking up the middle. So again, Padres get another opportunity to put some guys on base.
Well, Peavey's night is finished after 7 innings. Over 2 earned runs, 4 hits. Walked 3 and struck out a dozen. 112 pitches. All 1 low to Edgar.
Well, sooner or later, somebody's going to step up and be that guy. That guy to get a big hit late in the game. And last night, Brian Giles was able to do it.
A little behind it, now to play down the right field side.
Good idea, trying to go the other way.
Right-hander Tony Pena heating for the D-backs. Two 2-0 Arizona, bottom of the 7th. The Padres have 2 on, 1 out. Edgar Gonzalez batting here for Peavey. John Garland's 1-1 pitch. Back towards the mound. Garland goes to second, out. Relay to first, and a double play ends the inning. 3rd double play for the D-backs defense tonight. 1 hit, 1 left. San Diego is now stranded 6. At the end of 7, it stays 2-0 Arizona. team at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis. To nominate yourself or another community All-Star, log on to www.peopleallstars.com by May 22nd. Juaner Sanchez, the new pitcher for the Padres.
Comes in with a 1-1 record. ERA. Jake Peavey gave him 7 innings. Go to the bullpen. Juaner Sanchez's job is to keep it at 2.
Ojeda going after the first pitch. In the air to left, and Scott Hairston. One pitch, one out in the 8th. So again for Peavy, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, a dozen strikeouts. So Jake in his last 17 innings has allowed 2 earned runs, those coming on the Upton 2-run homer in the 6th tonight. But in those 17 innings, Peavy has gotten exactly no runs of offensive support.
And that makes it tough. On the other hand, Justin Upton, the reason why they have the lead, not just because of the 2-run homer, but he threw Henry Blanco out at the plate, too. Half inning before.
Yeah, don't overlook that. Good point.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer in each play affects the next. If that run scores and he doesn't make that play, it may affect the top of the next inning.
Maybe so.
Upton's been hot. His 2-run homer in the 6th, as Tony mentioned, the only runs here, but he strokes another one to deep center field, and Garrett back to the fence, and there is number 2 on the night for Justin Upton. This kid's only 21 years old.
He had a good rip at the pitch before. He's starting to find the zone. And that's just good extension through the baseball. Eddie Garrett goes as far as he can go, but ball goes further.
Maybe a miss by Mark Reynolds. So Upton has hit 2 tonight, and giving the D-backs a 3-0 lead here in the 8th. Third home run that Sanchez has allowed on the season. Reynolds 1 for 3, an infield hit in the 6th, and he's also fanned twice, all that against the starter Peavy. It's lined through the box and into center field, and Reynolds has his second hit.
That ball right there was in the middle of the plate. And Sanchez wanted to get that ball away from him. Instead, Blanco's setting up on the outer third. Instead, that ball's elevated and in the middle of the plate. And those are the kind of pitches that get hit hard.
Hit number 6 for Arizona. First baseman Josh Weitzel, 0 for 2 with a walk. Two homers tonight for Upton. In his last 12 games, he's hitting .378 with 6 home runs. Talking about somebody that's caught fire for a team that's looking for someone.
Desperately needing some offense. And Diamondbacks have felt for a while that he was gonna get going and I mean be a dynamic player in this league.
Edward Mujica getting hot for San Diego. Strike to Weitzel.
Reynolds is bouncing off at first as if he wants to run. Weitzel already has the hole to shoot at on the right side. Reynolds has stolen 3 bases out of 4.
To first. Foul ball. Not a double play, foul ball. Well, the first base umpire, Ed Rapuano, waited for the plate umpire, Joe West, because it's the plate umpire's call up until the first base bag.
Right.
And Adrian fielded it just in front of the base.
Joe West called it foul. Yes. A little bit on the foul side.
It's 2-2 on Weitzel. Weitzel making his debut for this season. This is not his major league debut, as he played in 7 games for the D-backs last year. Making his major league debut in early September. He was their minor league player of the year last year. Hit 26 home runs at AAA. And a walk to Weitzel puts 2 men on. Well, Sanchez was about 6 inches away from getting out of the inning with a double play, and now he's dealing with 2 on 1 out. And now we'll be heading to the dugout, because San Diego will make a pitching change. See the new CTSV now in stock at your local San Diego Cadillac dealer. And the new hurler for the Padres will be Edward Mujica. We'll come back after this timeout. Create your dream yard today. Visit rcpblock.com. Mujica becomes the 3rd San Diego pitcher.
See the numbers. 14 strikeouts. And you're coming in again. It's about holding them at bay and giving your offense a chance to kind of get back in the ball game.
Mujica last pitched here on Monday night against the Rockies. An inning and 2/3, no runs allowed, 1 hit. And struck out 3. Inherits runners at first and second, 1 out. 3-0 Diamondbacks in the 8th, and Connor Jackson, the left fielder, is the hitter.
Like Sanchez, and he got more of a power pitcher, fastball, slider, changeup. Right after Connor Jackson with a high fastball.
After him again, yeah. 1-2.
Again, Reynolds at second base is looking like he might want to run.
Had a big secondary lead there, didn't he?
Yeah, he bluffed one time at first and then bluffed again right there as if he wanted to run. I think Eckstein kind of saw that, and he's going to try to keep him close at second.
Jackson fanned in the second, grounded out in the 4th, and lined out to center in the 6th. A couple of good defensive plays in left field. A running catch on Hairston to begin the San Diego 6th. Fly ball to right center. Garrett having to go in the alley along with Giles. It's Giles to make the catch. Tagging is Reynolds. He will go to third. And runners are at the corners with 2 outs.
Again, challenged Connor Jackson up in the zone. Got him to chase it in a fly ball to right.
Catcher Miguel Montero doubled in his first at bat and since then fanned twice against Peavey. Facing Mujica here with runners at the corners and 2 outs. 3-0 Diamondbacks in the 8th. Upton with a 2-run homer in the 6th and a solo shot here in the 8th. As he counted for all the scoring for Arizona. On the inside part, a strike.
Montero agreed with that call, but
gave him a wink.
Gave him a wink.
A wink and a smile.
See, catchers can do that because they're behind the plate and they have these conversations with the home plate umpire all night long.
They lean on one another literally a lot of times.
They do. And they'll take some extra time for each other on those foul balls. And they have those conversations about what's a ball and what's a strike. And they can get away with a little bit more than the average guy, the other guys out there on the field.
Two on Miguel Montero. Mujica trying to keep this a 3-run game. Up high at 93 miles per hour. Mujica coming over late in the spring from the Indians organization. One of the many new faces that came over late in the spring for San Diego in that bullpen.
Well, 2 nights I've seen him work, he's been impressive.
One of the left field, and Hairston coming in and towards the line, pulls up. Good work for Mujica. Solo home run for Upton, and the D-backs strand 2. The top of the order is coming up for San Diego. living room from Jerome's. Padres come to bat, bottom of the 8th, trailing 3-0. New pitcher for the Diamondbacks, right-hander Tony Pena.
And Tony Pena, power stuff. You see his record, good ERA. Opponent's only hitting .245, power fastball, power slider, split. I was going to say former closer. He has closed games for the Diamondbacks, but right now in the setup role.
Has appeared in 70-plus games in each of the last 2 years. 72 a year ago, 75 in 07. So he has been a mainstay in their bullpen. Giles on the ground at first, up with it is Weitzel, and he takes it himself. Arizona got 7 scoreless innings from John Garland tonight. Only 3 hits allowed, 3 walks, 2 Ks.
Well, Garland was outstanding.
One out for David Eckstein. 0 for 3. Fly to right in his last at bat, and on the play, the right fielder Upton threw Blanco out at the plate, trying to tag and score from third. It was a scoreless game at that point. The play obviously kept it scoreless, and then in the very next inning, Upton went deep. 2-run homer, his first of 2 on the night.
Yep. So Upton's figured into this game both offensively and defensively. Padres just haven't. They've had some opportunities. They just hadn't been able to get that hit that you need.
Arizona committing 4 errors in this game, all within the first 5 innings. And as Tony mentioning, Padres unable to take advantage.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Eckstein hit the fly ball. They threw the runner out at the plate.
2-1 to Eck. Glad you could join us tonight. Mark Neely along with Tony Gwynn. One more night off for Mark Grant. He will join me from Houston on Friday. No TV tomorrow for the day game. Dan Herron against Chris Young, 12:35 here at Petco. High strike call. 3-2.
Eckstein just trying to get on base however he can.
Sends it in the air to left center field. And Connor Jackson maneuvers. And then the center fielder, Burns, cuts in front and makes the catch.
It's kind of that seniority ball. Center fielder's the captain out there. And even though Connor Jackson called for it, Eric Burns is standing there too, makes the play.
Two down for Scott Hairston, who's had 3 quality at-bats tonight. Just the 1 hit to show for it, the infield hit in the first. He's lined out to the left fielder Jackson twice since then.
He's hit the ball on the button a couple of times.
Trying to chase one there. No balls, 2 strikes.
This would seem to be the type of guy that's going to give Harrison a little bit of trouble. Power guy, the guy that can, fastball can reach in the mid-90s and slider in the high 80s. And that slider, 88. There's another one, 88. When you're facing a guy who throws from the same side you hit, it's all about recognizing what the pitch is.
Towards the hole, but cheating that way was Ojeda. Close. And Hairston called out. Padres go down in order in the 8th. Bang, bang. Still 3-0. All as 25 people can save big over gate prices, receive a scoreboard welcome, and much more. Reserve your Padres group tickets today by calling 619-795-5500. 619-795-5500. Eric Burns, the only Diamondback starter tonight to not strike out against Peavey. 0 for 3, 3 fly ball outs. And Mujica misses outside.
Burns just doesn't look like himself yet. Still, trying to find his stroke.
In the air to left center field. Garrett gallops over. Burns flies out for a 4th time. 3-0 Diamondbacks. A 2-run homer from Upton in the 6th and a solo homer from Upton in the 8th. Ryan Roberts will bat for the pitcher Tony Pena. Goes after the first pitch and into right field. Ryan Giles. 2 down. Mujica seems to be a guy, Tony, that is finding himself in more competitive situations. Is that the way to put it? He's not a mop-up guy anymore. He's finding himself in tighter games.
And one of the reasons why is because he's shown he can throw strikes. When you see these kind of situations come up in the 7th inning, you come in, a couple of guys are on, and you come out and you're just pounding the strike zone.
Line to Eckstein, who moving to his left makes the catch. Lopez robbed of his 2nd hit. Well, the Padres down 3 will have Adrian Gonzalez leading off the The bottom of the ninth, 3-0 Arizona. And the Snakes closer comes out, Chad Qualls.
He's done a great job as the closer. No record, but a 1.80 ERA, 6 saves, only 1 walk, 14 punch-outs. This is the easiest way you can get one right here. 3-run lead in the ninth, nobody on. It's your clean inning.
Chris Young takes over in center field. Adrian Gonzalez leads off the bottom of the ninth. Padres have been shut out twice this year, but have not been shut out at home in 2009. Down 3-0 here to Arizona. One up after that first one and fouling it away. Adrian walked in the first, grounded back to the mound in the fourth, and struck out in the sixth, all against the starter, John Garland. Line to the left. There's a start. Base hit. Adrian Gonzalez.
And he makes that look so easy. 93-mile-per-hour fastball out over the plate. No problem here. Let me just serve this ball into left field. That's a nice swing right there. And Qualls is a power guy. Fast sinker slider, really. Sinker slider.
Jody Garrett. Ball one. Jody 0 for 3. Flied out twice and hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice. And he gets ahead. 2 balls, no strikes.
Ball's looking like he's trying to nip off that outside corner. Not wanting to make a mistake inside. You've got to be patient here if you're the Padres.
3-0.
Early in this ninth inning, what you want to do, you'd love to just bring the tying run to the plate. Give yourself an opportunity.
Qualls pours in a strike. A 6 save for Qualls, 6 of 7 in save opportunities this year. Line to the right. There's a base hit. Adrian Gonzalez will stop at second. And the Padres will get the tying run to the plate with nobody out here in the ninth.
Nice hitting by Jody Garrett. Showed a lot of patience. 2-1. Got himself something that he could handle in the middle of the plate and yanks it in the hole for a base hit. So Montero setting up outside. The ball got a lot of the middle. And he lines it in the right field for a base hit. So Padres get an opportunity. Tying run comes up to the plate. And Kevin Kuzma though.
I'm in hitless tonight. 0 for 3. Reached on a 2-base error in the second, but was stranded. That was leading off that inning. One of 4 errors committed by the Diamondbacks defense, all inside the first 5 innings of the game, but the Padres unable to take advantage. He was fanned in the 4th and grounded out in the 7th. Blocked by Montero.
Nice block. The slider he held on a little bit too long. You see, he just tried to keep it in front. Didn't try to catch it. Keep it in front.
Hit him. And that loads the bases.
Trying to run that fastball in and hit that back elbow. Padres are in business now, tying runs at first base.
Brian Price, the pitching coach for the D-backs, goes out. This game was scoreless until the 6th. Justin Upton hit a 2-run homer. Upton added a solo homer in the 8th. 3-0 Arizona, bottom of the 9th. Padres have loaded the bases with nobody out. Henry Blanco coming up. Diamondbacks and Padres here in game 1 of this short 2-game series. Day game tomorrow to wrap it up. So a quick turnaround.
Buddy Black's already used Edgar Gonzalez, so we got Hundley, Burke, and Headley on the bench.
And Headley nursing the sore left shoulder. Got Henry out in front, strike 1.
Henry took a shot that first pitch was going to be a fastball, and it was a slider.
Knocked out his first time, singled in the 5th and walked in the 7th.
Another slider.
0-2.
It's kind of a hanger, kind of in the middle.
Luis Rodriguez on deck. Another nice scoop by Montero.
Nice block. And that one he was able to catch. Kind of took a short hop, and he was able to just barely catch that thing in his glove.
Well, in a 3-0 game, yeah, run scores, but it will take the double play out of it.
Absolutely.
That's the big thing there. Wow, that got a piece of Montero.
Another one in the middle of the plate. For Padre history for the last walk-off grand slam, Rondell White. I remember that. When he had a pitch to hit that's kind of hanging on that inside part of the plate. You want to hit a slider, that's the one you want to hit. Not fighting. Another slider.
2-2. Chop left side. Reynolds goes to second for one. To first. Double play and a run scores. Now the D-backs with their 4th double play of the game. And that one stings.
A sinker on the inside half. Kuzmanov does all he can to try to break up this double play. Felipe Lopez kind of steps to the inside. He's able to complete it.
Tying run now at the plate for Luis Rodriguez.
So no shutout. And the tying run still comes up to the plate.
Two and 0. You got the pitcher spot due up next. And Chase Headley. With that, Rodriguez can extend this game. Qualls trying to close it out for the Diamondbacks. Nothing. Just nipped the outside corner, 3-1.
It's going to be at the bottom of the strike zone.
Ball 4. Put the tying runs back on base. And bring up Chase Headley as a pinch hitter. Chase not in the starting lineup tonight nor last night due to a sore left shoulder. He was a late scratch before last night's game. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 3-1 Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the ninth. The pitch from Qualls.
That turbo sinker. 94 miles an hour. I don't think he wants to mess around on the inner half with Chase Headley. You can pretty much bet that that sinker is going to be running away. Any breaking ball is going to be on the out there on the back door side.
Padres down to their last strike. The 0-2 not made as time is requested. Padres have scored a run here in the ninth. Tying runs on. Garrett at third. Rodriguez the tying run at first. Headley in the hole in an 0-2 pitch. Diamondbacks hang on and win it 3-1. And take the opener of this 2-game series. Both teams now 12-16.